the simplest, best, and only guide to prompting you'll ever need. Explore generated 3D worlds in real time. And record labels are finally coming to the table with generated AI music. All that and more is coming up right now. Today we're going to take a break from exciting new features or shiny new apps and take things back to basics. Because in my experience consulting with creative agencies, there's one thing that people are still struggling with. But it's the gateway skill that makes everything else work. Writing, marketing, design, code, video, strategy, you name it. If you don't prompt effectively, you don't get useful results, period. When it comes to prompting, think of it this way. You're working with a super talented intern who needs guidance. They're smart, they're fast, and they're tireless, but they have no clue what you want unless you spell it out for them. There's a lot of prompting guides out there, but if you're like me, they all start to read like my dad's stereo instructions. So here we're going to break it down and make it as simple as 1, 2, 3. By special request, here comes the WednesdAI guide to successful prompting. 1. Be stupidly specific. 2. Assign a role. 3. Specify the output. And then a special bonus rule, check, then iterate. To pretend I just gave a talk at a conference, I've collected all my feedback cards and I've organized everybody's questions in this spreadsheet. Now I want to organize these questions by topic and eliminate all of the duplicates. Okay, now I've got ChatGPT open. I already exported a CSV file. So I'm going to drag that on in. Now it's got my spreadsheet. And then let's give it a crappy prompt. Like, please summarize the questions on this spreadsheet. Summary of customer questions. Okay, it looks like it just gave me the same list back, only having removed the names and the job titles. And it even says, let me know what you want me to do with this. Should I categorize it, analyze it for patterns? That's a bad prompt. I'm going to drag that same CSV into here. And this time I'm going to give it an even better prompt. Say that column C contains 100 viewer questions. I'm telling it to group them into 5 themes based on tone and topic. I want it to give each theme a clear, descriptive name. Then within each theme, I want it to identify and merge questions that are essentially asking the same thing, even if they're phrased differently. And then I want it to return the results as a bullet list, not a table. And each theme should appear as a bold header, followed by a bulleted list of representative questions underneath. So let's put this in and see if our results are better. Oh, wonderful. Look at this. Product usability and goals, usage patterns and feature adoption, support training and interface feedback, with everything beautifully organized as bulleted lists. I've got my themed categories with clear descriptive names and all the questions underneath. If I wanted to now answer all these questions, it would be so easy. Just go down that list. Now, this doesn't just apply to chat bots. Here I've got, for example, Midjourney. I told it to give me a cyberpunk city at night here, right? And it did a pretty great job. It showed me these beautiful cityscapes. But when I got real specific about the kind of streetscape that I wanted to see, the rain-soaked neon alleyway, Tokyo-inspired city, puddles reflecting light, the kind of signs in the background, a lot more of what I had in my head is now on the screen. Okay, rule number 2, assign it a role. Now here you see I've put a product pitch into the chat box. I'm going to type, please make this product pitch more exciting. Kind of a lousy prompt, right?
Many tic-tacs later.
It added some fun buzzwords, but it's still nothing all that much more special than what we already had. Now I got the same work in progress product pitch, but now I'm going to tell him that he's a senior B2B SaaS marketing copywriter, and I want him to rewrite the pitch to resonate with decision makers at mid-sized tech companies, and he's going to focus on clarity, value, and differentiation. And my results are probably going to be quite a bit different.
A few moments later.
Even right there, you see it's formatted better, it's more detailed. The same thing goes for images. If I just tell it I want a scientist in a lab, you see, it doesn't even know what to give me. It's giving me images in 4 different styles. It's kind of guessing. I don't know, is one of these what you want? But if I'm very specific and I say I want a quirky cartoon scientist working in a lab and a scene from a Pixar family adventure film, well, now I get something a lot closer to what I wanted. And even there, I could go further to tell it what specifics I want as far as the character goes. But see, I've assigned it the role of being a Pixar animator and gotten results a lot closer to what I had in my mind. Okay, rule number 3. Oh, what is rule number 3? All right, now rule number 3, specify the output. You can see on screen I've got my meeting notes And I'm going to tell it just something very basic here. It just says, summarize these meeting notes.
Moments later.
And you can see it's just kind of giving it back to me now, just slightly stylized. All right, but what happens when I tell it to summarize it into 3 bullets per section under wins, issues, and next steps? Use bold headers and emojis for section names, and then let's see what we get.
1 shift later.
See? Much better. Much closer to something that's actually usable, worthwhile. You can actually do something with these. Okay, now for our image demo, I'm going to use ChatGPT instead of Midjourney here because it tends to do better for logos. So I'm saying, give me a logo for a coffee brand.
Later.
Okay, there's our logo. Very generic. I can't tell you how much it bugs me that it was supposed to be a circle with the word coffee going through it, how that's like separated and lowered down so it's not a perfect circle. This is making me insane. So we want something more quality. All right, now let's give it a better prompt for a flat minimalist logo for a Gen Z targeted cold brew coffee brand, beige and black color palette, modern sans serif font, vector style. Here we go. Probably going to get a much better result.
You get the idea.
Okay, and here's our new logo. Way cooler, way cleverer. I like it a lot better. I really like that wave at the top of the liquid. That's pretty cool. The lineup of the straw, that could be a little bit better, but we'll worry about that later. Might have to nudge it manually if I was actually going to use this. But the font's what I asked for. The minimalist style is what we asked for. See how tweaking the prompt a bit, giving it a bit more detail, gives you what you want. So you see, prompting isn't some kind of esoteric knowledge. It isn't magic. It's about giving it the clarity that it needs to be brilliant. Don't think of it like using AI. Think of it like directing AI. And then if you want to really get pro-level results, ask it to iterate and reflect. This has been your WednesdAI crash course in smarter prompting. Now go make something cool and show me what you come up with. Now let's see what's going on around the world of AI. Major labels are at the negotiating table talking to Udio and Suno, working out a licensing arrangement with the 2 biggest players in the AI-generated music space. What you're seeing right now is me walking around an AI-generated 3D space. Each new frame is being generated dynamically as I'm navigating this 3D world. You can catch the link to try this interesting tool for yourself. Here, let me change the channel and you can see a bunch of different environments that you can explore. The picture's low res for now, but the technology is brand new. You can try it for yourself via the link at WednesdAI.com. A new editorial in TechCrunch is insisting that we stop thinking of AI tools as our coworkers, saying that it leads to false expectations and misinformation. You're going to want to read the whole thing. We got the link for you. Last week, we brought you the story of AI models refusing shutdown commands and trying to blackmail their engineers. This week, NBC News has submitted a report warning everyone about the dangers of new AI models exhibiting survival-like instincts in powerful AI models. You're going to want to read the whole thing. And a provocative new essay in Psychology Today challenges the current paradigm and insists that AI, as we currently understand it, undermines, not reflects, true intelligence. You're going to want to read the whole thing. We got the link for you at WednesdAI.com. And that's the show. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you want to go deeper on any of the topics we covered this week, go on over to WednesdAI.com for the full experience. And while you're there, sign up for the email newsletter, and you're going to get all of this and more sent to your inbox. You're going to be the first to know about it. You're going to hear about it before you even hear me talk about it. Now, if you're making anything cool in AI or you got a tip, something we ought to cover on the show, send us the link. We're on X, Instagram, LinkedIn. Leave a comment on YouTube. If you're watching this, send in an email. We can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much. How's your journey with AI going? Let us know. See you next time.
Fire!